Hi guys, so it's me. I'm gonna do the video now on like self-worth, and on top of self-worth, confidence. And I feel like both of those are like really huge for people to really like think about and take a step back and to really evaluate their lives and honestly like just sit there and like think about how you impact somebody. Because I feel like when you're more confident, I feel like one, you're happier when you're more confident. I'll be honest about that. I've always been kind of like a confident person for the most part. Sometimes, you go through situations and then you don't feel so confident about yourself or whatever, and that's fine. But so I want to talk about like how that I think I want to do it about how to try to get yourself to realize how important you are. And I always take a step back. I do what I love to do, which for me is traveling, or I like to sit by a lake and just sit there and just like watch the water, and then I'll turn around and evaluate like kind of like my life or what my goals are, and good morning. And I'll sit there and I'll really think deep down on what I'm struggling with, and I'll try to come up with maybe a way that I can feel better about a situation. Like I feel like we all go through, we all really go, I don't think that it's just Turner ladies who actually struggle with this, to be honest. I feel like everybody struggles in the self-worth and confidence department, and that's something that's is never going to change, I feel like. But I feel like there's a whole bunch of ways that you can deal with it. And I feel like there's a whole bunch of ways that are important with it, and I feel like when it comes to self-worth, I feel like everybody is so important. Like, that's just my personal opinion. Everybody's here for a reason, and basically, we should support each other, right? But then sometimes everybody questions, like, why am I here? Or questions, like, am I real that replaceable, sometimes? Like, if you're going through a breakup, and then really shortly after they have another girlfriend, you're like, wow, I meant that little. Like, that happens, and I feel like it happens to everybody at least once. And good morning. And I feel like when that happens, take a step back. I feel like what helps me, at least, and then I think about this. Every story of your guys's and mine is so different, and that's why I think it's so amazing. Because like for me, I was a fail to thrive baby, as you guys know. And on top of me being a fail to thrive baby, I had to go through speech therapy, occupational therapy. I had to go to learning support for years and years. And, and I got bullied a lot, and I mean a lot, because I was ugly, or I was fat, or if I wasn't ugly and fat, I was stupid because I was in learning support, or I maybe didn't understand something a kid said, so I was retarded, or I got called lesbian because I didn't understand something about a chicken nugget and french fry. Like, if you think about it, like, everything impacts you and what you've gone through, right? And so for me, I can say I've been through those things, and I've had 10 different operations. I go 10 different doctors every 3 to 6 months. Like, I've been through that. I've had shots every night for 12 years, like, I can say that, and then you got to think about what you've gone through and how much stronger it's made you. You know what I mean? Like, I'm sure there's a whole bunch of examples you guys can think of for yourselves, and I feel like when you think of those examples, like, remember how strong you are to have made it through those times, And there's other personal stuff, like, I don't know, there's a whole bunch of things that can make you kind of feel down, I feel like, in the world. But then that's when you got to remember what you've been through and how much stronger you are because of whatever you've gone through. I always take a rough time, and I always make it into a positive, or I try. And when I do that, I just realize how much I've grown, and especially in this past year for me. I've grown a lot in this past year through everything, personally, professionally, you name it, and then I'm able to handle situations better. But now let's go to confidence, and I'm going to go back and forth with all this stuff. It is important to feel confident in yourself, in your body, in whatever. Very important to feel confident. And I always, if you're not feeling good that day, maybe change your outfit, or thank you so much, Laura, or just remember what you've gone through and stand up tall because you made it through that. I'm You know, I can sit here and tell you I'm not the most prettiest girl in the world. I can sit and tell you, hey, I'm not the skinniest person in the world. I can sit and tell you guys so many things that like that. And I feel like we all have that in us. Like, we know that, you know. But then that's when you need to stop yourself. And then you need to sit down and take a moment to yourself and do what you need to do to de-stress from that. And then go back to that. And then you need to kind of remember, you know, I may not, but be like, thank you so much. And be like, I'm so strong because I made it through yesterday. And you know, and this happened to me a week ago and I made it through. You know, sit back and think about that. That should make you so confident, you know. I have low set ears and I'm so confident. I love my ears. I think they're cute. And they're tiny too. And they're deformed, you know. And for a while, I honestly was kind of nervous about that. And I kind of hid them. But now no more, I don't. I don't care. I show off my ears, to be honest with you. You know, I feel like all your battle wounds and your scars and stuff that you have from operations, broken bones, whatever your story is with whatever it is, like, be proud of it. Because you've made it through whatever that gave you that. Like, I can sit here all day and show you my scars. Like, I only have one in particular. I had my gallbladder removal surgery, as you can tell. And, like, there's scars everywhere on it, you know. Be proud of those, you know. And if people don't like them, then they can just go and sit there with themselves and they need to work on themselves. Because they're clearly not a kind person. And honestly, though, I love my scars. You know, I got a big one on my arm because I had mole removal surgery. You know, and it's just those little things that you got to sit there back to yourself and really think that you made it through that. So you are so strong, you know, like, everyone battles sometimes, like, some form of, like, depression sometimes, I feel like, or, like, anxiety, and, like, you fight those demons every day, in and out, you know, especially, like, when they're just on new onset of that type of thing. So you battled that, you're battling that. That is hard to battle, you know. You just gotta get your head in a different perspective. But I feel like both self-worth and confidence is so important. And again, I think everybody is worth everything, you know. And I feel like, you know, you are there to set for a reason, whether you want to make the best out of it and write a book, whether you want to, you know, become a doctor, or whatever it is that you want to do it and do it with a passion, because you are worth everything. And I know there's situations that are hard to think like that, and I know that some people are like, I don't know, you know, and they question it, but you got to remember what you've overcame and how strong you are from that. Is there any kind of, like, stuff you guys want me to, like, tell you on this? Because this is, like, such a huge topic. Like, there's so many different things you could really, like, say with this topics. Is there anything you guys want me to add? Or anything like that? I'll give you a few minutes to think about it. Because, like, I don't know. I've always been, like, a confident person. I don't know. Like, and I've always, like, if I felt, like, upset, I would always, like, take a step back and really review what's going on and then handle it and deal with it. I don't know. And I would always try to put in perspective how I'm here for a reason. And that's actually really what got me starting my page, Kate for Turners, and started me raising awareness about Turners and speaking about it, is because I feel like it's my calling. I love to help everybody, and I will always help everybody. That's my personality. That's who I am. That is so true, Danielle. That is so true. They are so proud to have, you know, and it's important that everybody sees it like that. And I know not everybody does, or they struggle with it and they want it covered up and everything else like that because they feel like it's not attractive or whatever, but that's just a piece of you that shows what you've gone through. That's just a piece of you that you've had to overcome a battle, and a huge one for some scars, you know, or at least no matter what, you've gone through something to survive that, you know? And that means so much in this world and about your personality than anything in the life. Like, I got the scar on my head, too. I mean, you can't really see it. It's, like, right here. I had 5 stitches in my head because I rode my neighbor's bike and I didn't use the brakes. and the handlebars got from me and I fell and whacked my head on the cement. That wasn't fun. I was like this little kid that was so confident and like, I can do this. I can do anything, you know? And I feel like that's an important mindset to have because there's not nothing that you guys can't do that you set your mind to. And I feel like mind power, it's mind over matter. A lot of it is. And it's definitely mind over matter on like a lot of how you think about things, I personally believe. And I mean, everyone's so beautiful. No matter what, I think. I think everybody's beautiful. Everybody's strong. Everybody fights demons that nobody knows. Even that bully that picked on you for years straight, they're battling something too. They clearly don't know how to handle it necessarily, but they're battling something too. And that's what I've always thought about too. Like, I'll be honest, I am very blunt. So if I don't like something, I will say it. I mean, I'm that person, but I'm not going to be like ignorant about it. I mean, but I sure will voice that, and I'll stick up for people in a heartbeat, and I'll say what needs to be said about it. You know, I'm that person, but I've always been that person, you know, because then I was always that little girl who got picked on for being too little, ugly, whatever. Like, one time a kid got dared to kiss me. That's pathetic. And because I was so ugly and disgusting. Yeah, that's what I got told. I was like, lovely. And so when I smacked him, I'll be honest, I was a kid. I was in middle school, so I smacked him. And then I told him about himself, how he's the disgusting one who's even trying to kiss me in the first place when I don't want him to kiss me. Oh gosh, I remember that day. I was in social studies class that day. Oh gosh, kids are so mean. Kids are so mean. But I mean, you just gotta think that everyone's fighting something. Whether it's your neighbor, your brother, your cousin, your mom, your dad, or I don't know, anyone, your friends, or someone you don't really particularly care for. And everybody needs somebody. And that's how I think about it. And that's when it comes to self-worth for me, where I feel like everybody's so important. Oh, thank you so much. I try. I try. Yep, I had that issue. And, like, I would get in trouble at the office at my school because, like, I have an awkward body shape, you know, because I'm 4'11" and everything. So, like, I can't have some shorts because it's too short because I got a big booty. Like, let's be real, I got a big booty. So, because of my booty, some shorts are going to ride up, you know. Common sense. So, I had to wear boy basketball shorts for a lot of my schooling years. Which was kind of funny, I think. But I don't know. I mean, I've gone through a lot, and I know everybody has gone through a lot, and you just got to remember that, you know, whenever you're frustrated with somebody, that they don't necessarily mean to do whatever. It's just probably they're battling something, and they're kind of like, you know how you get like so frustrated, and you can't really put it into words, and then you like struggle really bad, and then you're like, you just have that, like, you just feel so upset. You just gotta remember that, you know. And when they were talking about your clothes, or they were calling me ugly and disgusting and fat and whatever, 9 chances out of 10 they were battling something too. It's just that they were like, they didn't know how to handle it properly, you know, and they should have spoke to somebody about it, but they probably didn't. And that's why, I don't know, I'm so open with you guys with what I'm like struggling with sometimes, because I feel like what I go through will help you guys somehow, some way, or maybe for your Turner mamas out there will help you know how to handle it with your daughter. Like, I pray that she can understand bullying, or my sisters can understand bullying. It's hard. You know, it's not something that's happy I go through, but I feel like as long as you tell them they're beautiful every day, and as long as you tell them to be the best person they can be, their confidence, that will build up their confidence and self-worth so much, you know. And then if you notice that she's kind of getting a little bad grades, but she didn't before, something might be going on, you know. But I feel like it's super important to have, like, that. I love how the internet's gotten now these days, where I can sit and talk to my Turner sisters, because back when I first found out, I couldn't talk to nobody. And nobody understood what I went through. Nobody understood why I was so sick all the time. Like, I was literally only went to school like 80 days a year. maybe 100 max. And, like, I get bullied for that, saying I just wanted to skip school. No, and I yelled at somebody for that one time. I was in middle school, I was in 8th grade, and I yelled at them, and I was like, you can go to my doctor's appointments for me, because I don't want to go. I don't want to go deal with it. You can go through that nasty testing. I don't want to do it, and when it's so much easier now. So I would fully support you guys, like, having your young ones with Turners, talk to a Turner sister that's older, maybe, or maybe one day watch these videos and be able to help them, like about the pregnancy one I made before, or anything I've made, like, it's nice when someone actually understands this, or fully understands what you've gone through. Like, we can understand, me and my Turner sisters, we can understand what it's like to have a shot every night. It's frustrating. Or, I mean, I actually liked them to give it to myself. I looked forward to the shot part personally, but I mean, realistically, for a child, that's harder to go through, And then explaining some things at appointments to your kid, or they don't understand why they're getting put to, like, sleep a lot, Like, I've had over 10 different surgeries, like, so I understand wholeheartedly how frustrating that is. And and then plus, you gotta imagine they're gonna have anxiety with half of that, and then on top of having anxiety with half of that, they're gonna, like, wake up in pain, They woke up fine that day, or okay that day, I should say. Because some things, that you need surgery for is kind of painful anyway before it, but, like, gallbladder. But, I mean, then they're going to wake up in pain, and they know that. And they know as soon as that mask comes on their face, they're going to wake up and it's going to hurt. Realistically. And then they're going to be tired, and they're going to, the next week is going to be hell. And we know that, we've got, it's just nice when you know that, it's just so nice, the support that's built up now, and I feel like you guys have helped me with my confidence even. Like, I've never really been a non-confident person, but you guys have helped me a lot with that department, I think, and, like, how I really sit and how I think before I act, or how I sit and I think before I, like, just anything, like, I sit there and I, like, wonder, like, I have all these people who love me and support me, and that mean the world to me, and then it's like, wow, you do mean something. And when you see this huge network of people, and you see this whole bunch of people who are there for you, and again, that's why I made my Kate for Turner page. I want people to have that support. I want people to understand, like, it's okay. You're going to feel upset sometimes, and that's one other thing. You're going to have days where you're frustrated. You're going to have days where you're crying and you can't get out of bed. You're going to have days where, like, you're just in a bad mood and you don't know why, and that's why it's so huge to have a network of support, because, like, again, like, some things you find out with Turners is frustrating, and then, especially whenever you get told, maybe even, and I couldn't imagine, honestly, on, like, a parent aspect of it, because I've only been on the patient or the kid aspect with Turners. But if you turn around and you think about it, I don't know how my mom handled a lot of the situations that she had to handle with me, like, knowing your kid had to go under the knife again for whatever time it is, and having to trust that doctor, and then not knowing nothing about a disease, and then having to basically wing it, and it's your kid, like, I try to put that in perspective for myself, and I had a lie with my mom where I kind of asked her those types of questions, and she did answer them, but it's like, do you really think about it? It's like, it would be hard to be the parent too, not just the person going through it, because, like, imagine having to give your kid away, and, like, knowing they're going to be in pain when they wake up, and that, but they don't understand that, and, like, for me, because of my learning support, and, like, all my therapies I've had to go through and stuff like that, like, if you really think about it, like, I didn't understand, like, a lot, but I know a lot about medical, like, I learned a lot, and that's what makes me so knowledgeable, I think, is because, like, when I went through it, I really paid attention, like, I don't know, it's just one of those things where, but some kids aren't interested, and they don't want to learn, they don't want to pay attention, but I did, but it wasn't just to, like, my health I paid attention to, anything medical I did, I loved it, I loved getting shots. Not necessarily getting them from doctors, but like when it came to the growth hormones, I loved giving them myself. I asked my mom actually if I could do it. I actually approached that myself. And then my mom would just watch me until I wasn't on them no more. And I knew who I wanted. And I would be okay with, like, my mom giving me shots, but then nobody else could give me shots. You know what I mean? Like, it was just my mom or me. And that's kind of how I liked it. I guess it was really weird, thinking about it, but I don't know. Is there anything anyone else wants to add in the video? But I just want you guys to remember to be the best person you can be. Build each other up. It's so important, you know, especially when everybody's fighting their own demons. You are worth it. You are so beautiful. There's no reason to not be confident. We got a crazy rare thing. Just think about it. We got this crazy amazing, we made it through that 1% chance of us surviving. We made it through it. Not them, no one else could say that but us. We beat the odds. We beat the odds, guys. And that's something to be so proud of and so confident about. But is there anything else that I can add in the video for you guys that you guys maybe want me to shed a light on real quick? I'll wait a minute if you guys want to add something on there. Donald, do you want to say hi to your aunties? Say hi, Donald. Oh, gosh. This is my big man. Oh. Say hi, Donald. Say I love you. I love you. Speak. I love you. Speak. Donald. I love you. Speak. I love you. Speak. I love you. Tell your Turner sisters I love you. Be the best person you can be. Say, be the best person you can be. Speak. Oh gosh, he's so cute. Let me see. Oh, I love you, Trina. Always message me. I'm always here for you, as I'm sure your Turner sisters, or just remember in your time that we're going through right now, remember, take a moment, take a breath in, and remember this, because I know you're a Turner sister. Remember that you made it through the odds, that 1% chance of making it even alive. That is something to brag about. Remember, you are so beautiful. And remember that, girlfriend, what is up, diva? Shh. And remember that there is a positive in that situation. I don't exactly know the details of that situation, but I want you to remember there is a positive, and to take a moment, take a deep breath, and relook at that situation. And and pray about it if you want to, but take a minute, take a step back. Diva, I'm talking. I got a surprise for you guys too at the end of this video. I'm happy. I didn't announce her yet, but anyway, I'll show you guys in a minute. Shush. Shh. 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 Shut it. And remember that you got this. No matter what, you got this, and I'm always a message away. And guys, so I got a little surprise. Her name is Diva. And let me tell you, she is a diva. She is a diva. Ugh. We love you guys. Donald, say I love you. I love you, Donald. Alright, guys. Well, that's all I have for the live here today. Please comment if you want me to do a live about anything else. I'm always here for you guys. You are so special and important and beautiful. I love you guys so much. I want to thank you so much for your support. Keep sharing Kate for Turners. And I hope you guys have a good day. And if there's anything else I could add, if there's anything else you want to hear me talk about, maybe like personally, I'm here. I'll do a live for it. I want to thank you guys for who watched this video. And I hope that you guys remember there's a positive. I want you guys to remember that you are so rare and beautiful that you need to embrace it. And you need to remember that that is so important. Nobody else can say that but us. And that's an amazing feeling. Just knowing that, you know. And you are worth everything. And that no matter what you're going through, no matter what you go through, there's a positive. Reach for it. Just take a step back. And re-look back in that any situation. There's a positive. And my doggy loves you too. And if you need me, guys, I'm only a message away. It may take me a minute to respond, but I'm a message away. I love y'all. I hope you have a good day.